Hey, this is the Reverend Russell with the Reverend Dr. Tony here, and this is the Hardest Question video blog. So here we are in Ordinary 20, right?
Yeah, good old Ordinary 20.
Good old Ordinary 20, and as you mentioned, the last couple of weeks we've had these parlor trick miracles, as you call them, but here we get to something with a little bit of meat on it.
Yeah.
Where it's just, this woman comes, Jesus is arguing with the Pharisees, he's really kind of, I guess, being aggressive. And she wants a healing, and she isn't Jewish, so he says basically, no, I came for the lost tribes of Israel, and why shouldn't give the, take the food from the children and give it to the, dogs or whatever.
Right.
So it seems like Jesus is being really insulting, calling this poor woman a dog and stuff, and he seems mean, which is Mike Stavlin, who wrote the post for this week's text. His hardest question is Jesus having a bad day, or why is he being so mean?
Is he feeling beset by just sick of the people always asking him for things?
Right. Is that how you read this? Do you think he's being mean in this?
Well, he's not being passive aggressive. He's just being aggressive.
That's true. That's very
and
true.
it is really, I mean, Matthew, it's funny, for all the parlor trick miracles that are like lend themselves to Vacation Bible School.
Yeah.
It's really, this passage is really hard for those of us who think that what was most important about the life of Jesus was that he opened the love of God up to non-Jews.
Yeah, totally.
And that this special covenant was suddenly, made available to everybody. But now Jesus, it's like he went off message or something.
Right. And so he's saying very specifically, no, I didn't come to feed you. What do I
First
care?
word is a dog.
Right, exactly. Now, see, the way I read this, and I don't think it's an impulse to try and redeem Jesus, but come on, we know
we're still
that everybody has that impulse to try and defend Jesus and make him not seem like such an asshole.
Right.
But I don't think that's my impulse. I think just really reading it, I think the way he treats her in here is the same way he's treating the Pharisees. And he's not just dismissing her, which would be appropriate, to ignore her.
Okay.
Right? He's taking her seriously. He's engaging in rabbinic repartee with her.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
He's actually taking her seriously. He's throwing these little word puzzles at her in these games, and she's answering tit for tat.
She doesn't back down.
No,
I mean, that's what I like about the story. Yeah.
So he takes her very seriously, like he would argue, with the Pharisees.
In fact, she, in her response to him and not backing down, she, I think, takes him more seriously than the Pharisees often do.
Right, and so you could see that they have this back and forth, it seems like we read it now, it seems heated and aggressive, but you can tell at the end of it, they're both sort of smiling.
Yeah, like you know what it makes me think of? Yeah. It makes me think of, I'm a student of the Colbert Report.
Right.
And so Colbert has 4 interviews a week, and most people just suck. They wither under his, his banter is it's like a machine gun.
Right.
But once in a while, somebody will get him,
and he'll
go back on his heels and smile. He'll even come out of character for a second, and kind of laugh because he's been gotten. Yeah. And I always like those people, and I think he does too.
Right. So forgetting that you just compared Jesus to Stephen Colbert.
Is it that far off, really? No.
Maybe John the Baptist.
Okay.
But what I think, I think that he is taking her seriously. She is taking him seriously, and what they're doing here is they're actually having a real relationship, a real.
Right.
So, and when he says it's your faith, what he means by that is that you came and you took the risk, you entered into relationship with me.
And so what I guess what I like about this,
Yeah.
compared to some of the other texts that we've had in the last couple of weeks, is she's not just a literary foil.
No,
she's not a straw man.
No, she's not.
That's being used so Jesus can show the way.
Right. And so why it makes us feel a little uncomfortable? Yeah, because it's complicated.
It's messy.
It's really complicated.
Yeah, that's
and it's good. So I think to Mike's question, is Jesus being mean? I think he's just being badass.
Badass Jesus on THQ.